You're about to take the 8th grade math quarter 3 midterm. If for any reason you need to pause, rewind, or fast forward, you may do so at any time. Subpart 1, Non-Calculator section. Sample question number 1. Select choice E. A, B, C, D, E, E. Directions. Items 2 through 10 are select response questions on the non-calculator portion of this exam. You will show all of your work on this subpart in the test booklet, but be sure to bubble in your answers on your bubble sheet. When you finish subpart 1, place face down on the top corner of your desk and raise your hand. Your teacher will give you a calculator and take this subpart from you. You will not be allowed to see this subpart once you have received your calculator. Number 2. For which graph would a straight line be the most appropriate used to model the relationship between the two variables? A, B, C, or D? 3. Which statement about the systems of equations represents the lines below is true? A. There is exactly one solution, and the solution is 3, 3. B. There is no solution because the lines are parallel. C. There are infinitely many solutions because the lines have the same slope. D. There's exactly one solution because the distance between the two lines is always 6 units. 4. Which graph has a line that represents the best fit for the recorded data? A, B, C, or D? 5. Which of the following is equivalent to 1 over 16? Select all that apply. A. 2 to the negative second power times 2 to the negative second power. B. 2 to the negative second power, parentheses 2. C. Parentheses 2 to the negative second power, parentheses negative second power. D. 2 to the negative second power over 2 to the negative second power. E. Parentheses 1/2, parentheses to the 4th power. 6. Which statement about the solution to the system of equations is true? A. There is no solution to the system of equations. B. The solution is 3, 3 because both lines pass through this point. C. The solution is 2, 6 because the point is made up of the x-intercepts from both lines. D. The solution is 6, negative 6 because the point is made up of the y-intercepts from both lines. 7. The scatter plot below shows the relationship between the lengths of a tadpole's tail in millimeters and the age in days of the tadpole as it changes into a frog. Length of a tadpole's tail as it changes into a frog. Length of the tail in millimeters 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Age in days 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. Which statement about the scatter plot above is true? A. There is a positive linear association between the tadpole's age and the length of its tail. As the age increases, the length decreases. B. There is a positive linear association between the tadpole's age and the length of its tail. As the age increases, the length increases. C. There's a negative linear association between the tadpole's age and the length of its tail. As the age increases, the length increases. D. There's a negative linear association between the tadpole's age and the length of its tail. As the age increases, the length decreases. 8. Simplify the expression 7 squared times 7 cubed divided by 7 to the 8th power. A. 7 to the negative 3rd power. B. 7 to the negative 2nd power. C. 7 to the 3rd power. D. 7 to the 13th power. 9. The daily high temperature in degrees Fahrenheit and the number of ice cream cones sold each day in an ice cream shop are recorded and analyzed. The data is summarized in the scatter plot below. The best approximation for the equation of the linear model representing this relationship is y equals 5x minus 290. How many more ice cream cones can the ice cream shop expect to sell with a daily high temperature of 64 degrees Fahrenheit? A, 5, B, 30, C, 100, D, 260. A group of farmers collected data on the number of foxes and the number of rabbits seen on their properties per week. The scattered plot below shows the data they collected. The farmers used the equation y equals negative 3x plus 100 to model the data collected. Based on the equation, which statement is true? A. Each additional fox is associated with 3 or more rabbits. B. Each additional fox is associated with 3 or fewer rabbits. C. Each additional fox is associated with 100 more rabbits. D. Each additional fox is associated with 100 fewer rabbits. 11. Rita is a runner. She records the amount of time it takes her to run different distances in the scatter plot below. Which statements are true? Select all that apply. A. There is at least one outlier represented in the scatter plot. B. There is a linear association between distance and time in the scatter plot. C. There is a nonlinear association between the distance and the time in the scatter plot. D. There is a positive association between the distance and the time in the scatter plot. E. There is a negative association between the distance and the time in the scatter plot. Subpart 2, Calculator section. 12. The solution to the system of 2 linear equations is 1, 5. Which of the systems shown could represent the 2 linear equations? Select 2 that apply. A. Y equals 1, x equals 5. B. Y equals 5x, x equals 1. C. Y equals x plus 1, y equals x plus 5. D. Y equals x plus 4, y equals 2x plus 1. E. Y equals 3x plus 2, y equals negative x plus 6. 13. What is the y coordinate of the solution to the following systems of equations? 2x minus 3y equals 16. Negative 3x plus 2y equals negative 19. A, negative 5, B, negative 2, C, 2, D, 5. 14. Wilson wrote a system of equations that has an infinite number of solutions. One of the equations he wrote is listed below. Y equals 6x minus 3. Select 2 equations that could be the other equation he wrote. A, 6x minus y equals 3. B, y equals 6x plus 3. C, y equals negative 6x minus 3. D, 2y equals 12x minus 6. E, 18x plus 3y equals negative 9. 15. Use the system of equations to answer the question. 4x minus 2y equals 6. Y equals negative 2x minus 1. What is the value of x plus y? A, negative 4 and 1/2. B, negative 1 and 5/6. C, negative 1 and 1/2. D, negative 1/4. 16. A school put on a play. Adult tickets were sold for $5.50. Student tickets were sold for $3.50. There was a total of 230 tickets sold and a total of $995 collected from ticket sales. How many student tickets were sold for the play? A, 75, B, 95, C, 115, D, 135. Constructed response. Tiffany starts with $16,800 in her savings account and deposits an additional $25 every week. Michelle starts with $9,000 in her savings account and deposits an additional $75 every week. There will be a week in the future when Tiffany and Michelle have the same amount of money in their savings account. Part A. How many weeks will it take for Tiffany and Michelle to have the same amount of money in their bank accounts? Part B. How much money will be in each savings account if Tiffany and Michelle have the same amount of money? Part C. Jamie starts with $10,000 in her savings account and deposits an additional $75 every week. Will Jamie ever have the same amount of money in her bank account as Michelle? Explain why or why not without solving.